time I became a Christian, I always wanted to live the Bible in everyday life, and I looked around me and I saw people that weren't living it, and I thought, that's not what I want.
Are you ready to meet the Lord Jesus Christ when he comes again? The people at Gloriavale are my life. They are my brothers, they are my sisters, they are my father, they are my mother.
A lot of people look at Gloriavale and they see it as maybe an ideal way of life, but for people that do want to serve God and make him the centre of their lives, it's his ideal. When I came here, that's what I'd be looking for.
We start the day with our communal breakfast together. After breakfast, the children get ready to go to their various classes.
The middle age in the community is around 15 or below, and that's changing all the time. That means that over half the community are young people and children. So we've got to have 4 early childhood centres, ranging from little babies through to 5-year-olds. And so they go there, the school children, they go to school. This is the only school in New Zealand that prepares the students for our way of life. We're not just trying to get big marks in scholarship exams and get them into university. We're wanting them to produce good fathers and mothers and husbands and wives and workers, people that are going to succeed in life. We're not exercising birth control because we're afraid that God won't provide for our families. So that affects every area of our life. If you're not going to exercise birth control, for example, you're going to have a big family and you've got to live your life, a life that's going to provide for that family. If we were to be like outside society and just have a couple of children per family, and we set up this photo over here, where you'll see all the children that would not have been born if we'd just only restrict ourselves to 2 per family. And you look there and you think, these precious children, which ones would you want to be without? Which ones should never have been born? And we're not worried about whether it makes us seem odd or different to anybody else. It doesn't matter if we're not doing what other people in outside society are doing. We're marching to a different drum. We're not trying to please society, we're trying to please God. And we're trying to live the Bible, and that's what makes the biggest difference.
We believe in the soon return of the Lord Jesus Christ. So there is a big emphasis here to keep our lives right, to be ready for the coming of the Lord. With the ladies, we call them our sisters. Mainly their work is divided into 4 areas.
First day, they will cook the meals.
That's breakfast, lunch and tea. And that's a big job. Needs to be done properly, needs to be done well.
And the next day after that, they'll do the cleaning.
There are a lot of big buildings here and a lot of maintenance needed in the cleaning side.
Next day they do the laundry.
450 approximately people here. The washing has to be highly organised and sorted out.
Next day they'll do what they call preparation, which might be preserving fruit or just getting ready for cooking the next day. And then we have teams that do the sewing. For example, they might be about to do a run of 300 dresses or something, and that might take 6 weeks or something.
What I'm dressed in has basically been made by the community. There are quite a few ladies involved in the office side, keeping the books in order with our businesses. There are the many transactions that come in via emails and electronic devices, and we couldn't do without them. And for the men, of course, they've got their work, their daily work. Probably one of the major things is our dairying work.
We milk over 2,000 cows on 4 different properties.
That keeps us very busy, making sure that the growth rates are in order.
There's the meal plant, where we manufacture pet food ingredients from recycled meat waste, and then we have a business that manufactures sphagnum moss products, and they convert it into basket liners and that kind of thing.
Right now we are building another hostel unit, which is a huge unit, and so the carpenters are there putting up at the moment jib board on the ceilings and on the walls. Our aircraft, a business that we have our aircraft engineers working on the maintenance of our aircraft. The vehicles have to be maintained, same with the trucks, they all have, all the maintenance has to be done, so at the mechanics workshop it's a flurry of activity.
In the Bible it talks about the Christians and the church being a body, where you're in a body, all the different parts, they might be different but they all work together towards the same end. And that's what it's like in the community. We all have our own different abilities and gifts and things, but we're all working together for the same end, and that's what I wanted to do.
The day ends with a communal meal together. It's generally a time of sharing about what's happened during the day.
And so we sit together in families, and it's a time where we can share what's going on in the community and communicate with one another when we all come together, and it gives a real sense of unity, as being together.
Generally, the community meets on what we call the Lord's Day. At the first day of the week meetings, it's a time of exhorting one another in the faith, of singing psalms and hymns, a time of edifying, a time of reflection. The people here mean everything to me. They are my life. I live here and I will die here, and I will serve these people with all that I am.
My real home's in heaven, but this is where my people are, this is where my family is, this is where my friends are, these are the people I love in this world, and it's a great relief to get home. It'll be even better when I get to heaven and all the struggles of this life are over.